The Denver Inter-Neighborhood Cooperation will be holding their annual Community Film Festival this Thursday, and they're expecting a big crowd for this year's screening. Here to talk more about it are Tony and Keith. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. All right, so tell us more about Truth Be Told and what people can expect at the screening.
Sure. So Truth Be Told is a documentary film by Brian Malone, and it focuses on newsrooms around Colorado. And the goal is basically to take folks inside how the fact-gathering process actually happens and how relationships are made in the communities that journalists are reporting on.
Yes, obviously this hits very close to home. So obviously we all work in local media, so we're really interested. Is there a specific reason this was picked for this year's film festival?
Yeah, I think that there is a strong connection to community groups and local journalism that we're really trying to play into this year, and really understanding that, there's a lot of dissonance out there in terms of what people are getting in terms of information. So we want to make sure that this film, shows how local journalists go about reporting, all the work that goes into it, and I think that really resonates a lot with citizens and community groups around Denver.
Absolutely. So this is the second year for the film festival. How was the turnout for year one?
It was a really exciting first year for the Community Film Festival. It was over at the MCA Holiday Theater, great venue over there. We had a couple hundred folks turn out. We're hoping to have even more join us at this event on Thursday at the historic Elitch Theater.
Okay. How do you want the festival continue to grow over the coming years?
Yeah, I think we want it to stay grounded in community. We're excited to keep it growing every year, but we think it's a really great place for people in the community to come and have storytelling, make connections, and really learn more about being Denverites.
Yeah, we're talking about how this is on Thursday night. If someone can't go, sports or whatever else is going on, graduations, how can they see this documentary?
Luckily for folks, if this documentary is available on Rocky Mountain PBS for free. So if folks just Google Truth Be Told, and make sure you Google Truth Be Told, the journalism documentary. Okay. There's a couple other docs out there with the same names. So be sure you're watching the right one. You'll know you're in the right place if you see the PBS logo, and you can check out the film there. I
think it is a really interesting topic because, a lot of the times people want to see what's going on, like the smoke and the mirrors of TV and what's happening in local journalism. Whenever we have tour groups come in, they ask us, how do you get your stories? How do you get them on TV? And so this is kind of what this is all about, showing people behind the scenes what it takes so that they get their news.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some really powerful sections of the documentary when you actually get to see journalists make the call in real time on to whether or not they're going to air an interview, for instance, with a certain politician. And it's kind of really about how local journalism is important to holding people in power in the community accountable, making sure that that actually is happening. And I think that that is one of the really cool elements of this documentary that folks will get to see if they come out on Thursday. Okay,
where can people get more information?
They can get more information about this by just Googling the Denver Community Film Festival. Okay. There's a lot of information on there. We've got a ticket link set up as well. Okay. Is that anywhere else I'm missing, Keith?
No, I think that's the main spots right there. And we start at 5:30. We'll have a reception beforehand and a lot of information about different community groups in Denver. And then we'll get started around 6 o'clock with a short film about South Broadway and kind of the history of South Broadway. And then we'll go into the main feature, Truth Be Told.
Oh, it's very interesting. Thank you both so much for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good luck on Thursday night.
Thank you.
All right.